Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm getting ready for one of my favorite things. I'm going to the sunflower fields. I've been doing this, making this pilgrimage every year since I moved to Texas, to College Station. And I have been informed that they are in full bloom and ready to be frolicked among. So as I have done for the past 2 years at least, I'm going to do a special look and then go out to the sunflower fields and get the serotonin boost and dopamine boost that it creates. So I poured myself a iced coffee. It's nice and toasty outside. I'm hoping that the sun comes out in a little while. I think we're having Texas's version of June gloom, where it's 95 degrees with 80% humidity and overcast. So I'm hoping that it gets a little bit sunnier, a little bit brighter, even if that means hotter, but just so it looks nicer. But that's my plan. And while I did this, while I got ready, I thought it would be fun to do an old school like YouTube tag. So I found one. I've seen Grace do this before from Grace Does Glitter. I was gonna say Grace Drinks Coffee. Grace Does Glitter. And I like the ones that she has, but I just kind of like was Googling and I came across this one circa 2017. It was a Get to Know Me tag by Paula Whomst, who I looked at her page. It hasn't really been active in the past 2 years, but that is where I got my source material, so I wanted to give that shout out to Miss Paula Whomst. And it's a bunch of questions, and I figured I would answer as many as I could while I got ready. So if that sounds like a good time for you, stick around and get to know me. And I think maybe I should start by saying, hi, my name is Jillian. I am a librarian and a beauty enthusiast, and I've been active on Instagram for about 4 years now, maybe over 4 years, with the same name, Beautybrarian, library and beauty combined, librarian and beauty. And I've always wanted to do a YouTube, and last year, I've had my YouTube for a whole year now, I think. That doesn't feel right, but I think I've had my YouTube for over a year. I'm not the most consistent with it, but consistent enough. It brings me a lot of joy. I love making these videos. Back in the day, I made IGTVs before Instagram decided to not care about what their users like. But I loved doing IGTV, and so this is just that, but like amped up. So I love making videos. I think they're fun to edit. I find them to be very fun, and it's very soothing, especially when I'm doing just like the makeup with music. I'm not talking or anything, like it's just very monotonous in a good way. So I really enjoy it. And I hope you enjoy it as well. And if you do, give me a subscribe, throw me a like, leave a comment, all those fun YouTube things. And I'm gonna try not to walk through the products and stuff that I'm using. It's a lot of the same stuff that I've used in the past couple of videos. I'm not buying makeup right now. I'm in a no-buy, using what I have. You've seen what I have if you're familiar with my videos. So, I'm not gonna dive a lot into that kind of explanation. And with that, the makeup has started, so let me start with the Getting to Know Me tag. So, the first question is, what time do you go to bed? What a great question. I go to bed at 10 or 10:30, and I have a solid, a pretty solid nighttime routine. I do the same thing every night. Weekends are a little bit different, but for the most part, oh, I double prime these days. For the most part, I start winding down around like 9:15, 9:30. If I haven't already showered, I do that. I do my skincare, and then I do the dishes. I set the coffee pot, and I try to tidy the house a little bit, and then I get into bed and I read a book. And I read, depending on how tired I am or how good my book is, I'll read anywhere from like 10 to 25, 30 minutes. So, but usually lights out by 10:30, no later. And I love my nighttime routine. I love getting ready for bed. I love sleeping. I love my bedroom. My bedroom is one of my favorite rooms next to this room, my room. Because it's like the one room that we've really curated. We painted it, it's blue. I got curtains. There's like, it's a designed room. Like there's intention behind that room with the lamps that I got, and everything goes together. So it's one of my favorite rooms. So that's what time I go to bed. And the next question, who is your celebrity crush? Who isn't my celebrity crush? I love everybody. Some super basics, Zac Efron, he is a god. Pretty fond of Jensen Ackles. Everyone's favorite in this moment, Pedro Pascal. I love him. I love Tom Hanks, but I don't know if I would call it a crush. I just think he's a really cool dude, and I would love to have dinner with him, but I don't think it's the same as a crush. I mean, that's probably it. I feel like I'm getting too old for celebrity crushes and that kind of parasocial relationship. All for parasocial relationships with people that I meet online, that I find online and become friends with, or feel like I have some stake in their life when I definitely do not. That's always fun. But crush-wise, I mean, Zac Efron's pretty up there. Fun story, I used to think he was way younger than me. I think I missed the High School Musical era, so like I never saw High School Musical. I've seen clips and stuff, but I've never actually watched it. And for whatever reason, he just lived in that realm for me. So I was just like, he's young. I can't like that guy, even though I think he's good looking. And he's older than me. And when I found out he was older than me, I was just like, oh, there's no stopping me now. I love that man. So yeah, I like Zac Efron. Almost obtainable, like, because he's my age. He's not obtainable, but how would you rate your childhood on a scale of 1 to 10? I don't know, like a 8, 7.5, 8. I feel like I had a very normal childhood. It wasn't anything. I definitely had a good childhood. I grew up with a wonderful family that loved me and supported me. I got to do things and go places. I was involved in sports and drama and choir. You know, I was disciplined when I did things bad or did things wrong, but that wasn't very often because I was a good kid. Yeah, super normal, dare I say, boring childhood in like the best way. So not a lot of bad things to say about my childhood. I don't have like concrete memories sometimes. Like, I know we did things, but sometimes I don't have memories, like explicit ones, or I'll have just like really specific things about one thing about a memory or whatever. And so I was like, that's a trauma response. That just means you've repressed your childhood. I was like, I don't think that's it. I think I just had a boring childhood. Like, I think there wasn't a lot of drama or trauma in my childhood. So like, you know, I just kind of lived day to day with my family, and we just did our own things, and, you know, pretty healthy relationship as an adult with my family. Not much more to say about that. Very good childhood. Nothing bad to say. Solid 8. Give it an 8. What are your favorite values in friends? That's a good one. I think loyalty is important as I've gotten older. Friends that will stick by your side through thick and thin when you're going through hard times, and they're there to lift you up and support you, and then in the good times they're there to celebrate with you. So I think that to me is a type of loyalty. I think honesty is good. I can't recall really for my really good friends more than less than the hands on my fingers. I could count the times I've gotten into fights with my friends. Like we don't argue, we don't fight, we don't blow up at each other. I think me and my bestie one time got into a fight, disagreement if you will, and it was probably the most devastating thing that happened to me in our friendship, and then we got over it and we moved on and we're best friends and I love her so much. And even though it was a disagreement or whatever, like she was honest with me and it needed to be said and she didn't hold back, and she told me how she felt and I appreciated that. But by and large, because we can be honest with each other always, this is all my friends, we don't argue, we don't fight. It all comes from a place of respect and honesty. So respect, honesty, loyalty. I like my friends to be adventurous. I love going on, exploring and adventuring with my friends. Yeah, I think all good qualities in a friend, all basic qualities that people should want in a friend, I think. But I'm very grateful to have wonderful friends in my life. I have what I feel like sometimes is a lot of best friends, but they all are my best friends, and sometimes they serve different purposes in my life as being a best friend. I'll name them for you. Colette, my best friend. I love you so much. Megan was a serendipitous friend that I met and quickly became my best friend, and she's still my best friend. We're gonna go on vacation together soon in September, and I'm still looking forward to it. Danielle is my librarian bestie, and we met in grad school and became fast friends. And you've seen her featured in my on my channel before if you watched my DragCon DragCon vlogs. It's my librarian bestie. Poonam has been one of my oldest, bestest friends. I've known her since I was a teenager. So yeah, a lot of best friends, a lot of wonderful people. Happy to have them in my life. Love them so much. Shout out to my besties. What is your middle name? My middle name is Christine. Jillian Christine. And I've always liked my name. I know some people are always like, oh, if you could change your name, what would you change your name to? I don't think I would change my name. I like my name. I feel like I've not met a lot of Jillians in my life, so I think it's a rather unique name, at least not a super run-of-the-mill name. The couple of Jillians that I have met in my life, I always ask them what their middle name is, and I would say I've met probably 4 Jillian Christines, although one of them was a Jillian Kristen, and I was like, that counts, I'm counting that. And I think that Jillian Kristen is kind of a weird name. It doesn't feel right, but that was our name. So yeah, I've met a handful of Jillian Christines. Just goes together. It's a good combo, and I enjoy my name. I like my name a lot. Zooming through these, there's a lot, so maybe I will make it through all of them. Share your favorite subject in high school. Kind of like my childhood, I don't have a lot of like huge feelings about high school or school in general, even college. Like, it was, I just, you know, you have to go to school. I went to school. I always liked, I don't know, I just really don't remember learning anything. Like, I remember math. I sucked at math. I'm bad at math, but I remember math, probably because those were the most traumatizing ones. I remember things happening in math class. Like, I remember my AP history class, but like, I don't know. I think I took AP Lit. I remember that class. I don't know. I don't have a lot of, like, I know it was my formative years, but it didn't leave a lasting impression on me. I, like, had a good high school experience. I would not want to do it again, though. Like, no thanks. I would rather do college over again, to be honest. I really enjoyed my college experience, except for I had no direction. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. So I feel like I didn't waste my time, but I definitely could have spent time, I could have been more strategic with my time, but I just didn't know what I wanted to be, so it's hard to have a strategy and be intentional when you have no plan. So I wish I could, knowing what I know now and knowing who I am and wanting to be a librarian and figuring that out many years after undergrad, and even when I did decide to be a librarian, I didn't know what kind of librarian I wanted to be. So I took kind of like a real mishmash of courses in grad school. And again, wish I had just kind of known more about what I wanted to do to hone in on the classes that I took. But I did learn a lot in grad school and everything. So it is, you know, everything happens for a reason. I was meant to take the classes that I took. And it led me to where I am now. But long story short, to actually answer the question, I guess my favorite classes, my best subject was English. Super basic. Bad at math. Could care less about history and how it was taught because I don't remember anything about it. There's things a lot of times I feel embarrassed to not know because I just don't retain historical facts and stuff. So that's on me. What is your favorite drink? That's a very vague question. So I'm gonna give you a few. I wanna go bright today, so I'm gonna use my kimchi blush. I love coffee. I drink my coffee black, unless it's iced. I cannot drink black iced coffee, it hurts my tummy. But I love coffee. I love unsweetened iced tea. I've been making gin drinks. I'm turning into a gin girly. So my favorite gin drink until just a few days ago, well, I still think it's my favorite, but a white flannel, also known as a Saint Germain Fizz, is probably my favorite gin drink. And it's basically alcoholic spa water. So it's got muddled cucumber, it's got lemon, the gin, sparkling water, and it's so refreshing, especially now that it's getting so warm. Would recommend. Go heavy on the blush today. I'm gonna try. But then I also made Stanley Tucci's Gin Loma, which is a take on a Paloma, which is a grapefruit drink with tequila, usually. And good old Tooch prefers gin, like I do. Oh, Stanley Tucci's another crush. Straight up, though. Like, Tom Hanks I want to have dinner with. Stanley Tucci, it's my man. Yeah, his Gin Loma, very, very good. Also very refreshing. I find gin to be a very refreshing drink. I've only had it in very refreshing ways. So, coffee, iced tea, gin drinks. Love all of those. What is your favorite song at the moment? I don't think I have one. I listen to such an eclectic music. I have eclectic music taste, although it do kind of tend to be around like indie, alternative rock, pop rock, sometimes country. Oh. I have been listening to a lot of Fall Out Boy. Their new album is great, and I always have been gravitating in the past few months to the Spill Canvas. Just super angsty music for no real reason. I'm not like in a bad place or nothing. That's just you can't help but feel angst when you listen to some of these. Dashboard Confessional and the Spill Canvas. So no specific song I can think of. Maybe Firestorm from Spill Canvas. All Over You from the Spill Canvas. I think my favorite song from Fall Out Boy's new album is Hold Me Like a Grudge. That's a good one. I get that one stuck in my head all the time. I wake up to that song in my head, which actually is kind of annoying. So yeah, to name a few. What would you or have you name your children? I don't plan on having children. I did at one point have names picked out. Should we have kids? We're not going to. But I feel like I might have done a similar look last year, but we're gonna go in with the Streamside palette, which looks like that, and do some yellow look. I really like the name Hadley. I think it's just kind of old-fashioned. You don't hear it very often. And I just think it was such a cute name. It's also the name of Ernest Hemingway's first wife and the only wife out of like the 4 that he had that I truly think he only loved Hadley. All of the other women I'm sure he liked, but Hadley was his first true love and only love. And she like really put up with him, you know? So I think he regretted when they got divorced. But Hadley Elizabeth is the name that I had picked out, and I will probably never use that name because I don't plan on having kids. And then Anthony told me that if we ever had a boy, we can name him Elvis, which I thought would be kind of fun. But again, not gonna have kids, so maybe we'll name a dog Elvis. That'd be fun. Kids just aren't in our plan. Not part of my future, I don't think. Not for any bad reasons. Well, yeah, not for any bad reasons. I'm just a selfish person, and I like my time to myself. And I'm not willing to give that up. In this moment, I don't foresee it changing, but that's what I currently live now. That's my reasoning for now. Have you participated in any sports? Yeah, I was in sports in elementary school. I was never good. I was always on the C team, which is where, you know, you weren't good enough to really be on any real team, so it was like the leftovers, and they just wanted you to feel involved and so you could participate. But yeah, I was on C team for softball, C team for basketball. I ran track in, I think it was my freshman year in high school. Hated it. I don't really know why I did it. And then I was in color guard and winter guard after that. If you consider those a sport, which I do. Those were very sporty. Band was hard. You had to be on the field. And it was hard. Stamina, baby. I'll learn moves, dance moves. Nothing in college though. I was beyond I was beyond sports at that point. So I think I'm gonna do a very a green under eye. I'm gonna go in with some shimma, just a little bit in the middle here. What is your favorite book? I have a few, and it's because I cannot choose what your favorite book is. I can't choose just one. Obviously I like Harry Potter. Goblet of Fire is my favorite of the series, but I love the series as a whole. The Night Circus by Emily Morgenstern is absolutely top of the top of my favorites. It's such a beautiful book. If you've never read it, would recommend. It's magical, it's romantic, it's beautiful. It's a beautifully written book. I read it almost every year. I don't think I read it I think I did read it last year. I've not read it this year though. And it's just so full of beautiful imagery and stories and signs and stuff like that. Every time I read it, I see something new in it that I did not see before. And I think that's really, really cool. I've easily read it like 5 or 6 times. So, would recommend. American Gods by Neil Gaiman is similar to the Night Circus in that every time I read it, I find something new in it that I did not see before. And the audiobook is phenomenal because it has a full cast reading or doing the characters. It's not just one person reading the characters, which is so cool. And also a book that I've read multiple times. There's not many books that I've read multiple times because there's too many books to read, to reread books, but American Gods is one that I am always happy to reread. I think because I do get different things from it every time. Another book is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. Any book by Murakami is amazing, but that one really stuck with me for whatever reason. Also a book that I've read, not a lot, but I've probably read it 2 or 3 times. And if you like magical realism, would recommend that. I think those are it. Oh, White Oleander by Janet Fitch. A beautiful book. Beautiful book that's kind of heartbreaking, but written so wonderfully. Love it, love it, love it. What is your favorite color? I'll give you a hint. It's the color of my wall and the color of my hair. I love purple. I think purple is the best color, but yellow, surprisingly so, is my power color. No, purple is my power color. Yellow is my, like, positive color. That's when I'm feeling down. If I need to pick me up, I'm gonna put yellow eyeshadow on, and it makes me feel happy. It's my happy color. My favorite animal? I don't know. I don't have a favorite animal. I don't know. I can't think of any animal besides like a dog that when I see it fills me with joy. So probably just dogs. I do like llamas, but just because I think they're cute, not because they hold any significant meaning to me. Not that, you know, they have to, but I also heard that llamas were kind of like dicks. I don't think they're nice animals, and I'm not about that, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really truly have a favorite animal, and if I had to choose one, it would be a dog, because dogs are superior and make me happy. If you scuba, I am happy. What is your favorite perfume? Oh, my signature scent is Givenchy Ange ou Dimon Le Secret, which it's Le Secret, which I've always just called it Ange ou Dimon. That's a different scent altogether, and I do like it. It's a little bit spicier, and I like it in the winter time, but I've worn this for many, many years. That's my favorite perfume. What's your favorite holiday? Probably Christmas, and not because of presents and stuff, but just a lot of stuff has happened around Christmas time. That's when me and Anthony got together. That's when Anthony and I got together. Family, you know, it's when we spend a lot of time with our families and everything. So I think Christmas is a really good time. While I'm curling my lashes. I wonder if this was a Maybe I pulled some of these from somewhere else because it says on a scale of 1 to 10, rate your childhood. Already did that, bro. So we'll just go to the next one. Have you been out of the country? Yes, I have. I've been to Spain. I've been to Canada. I've been to Costa Rica. I've been to Puerto Rico, which is, you know, still, what is it, property of the United States? What is that word? I can't think of it. But yes, I am a traveled woman and would love to travel more. Do you speak any different languages? I do not fluently. I can speak Spanish if I have to, and not very well. I can communicate enough. I can definitely order tacos in Spanish. I go to McAllen every semester, which is very, very South Texas, practically on the border. And by practically, I mean it's at the border. So a lot of Spanish speaking down there. And I go to this taco place where they do not speak English, yet I can order myself tacos and they get it. So I wish, every time I go to McAllen, I always wish I had practiced more, but I don't ever prioritize it. I wish I did. It would be very helpful. I would love to be more fluent in Spanish. Comfortable. Do you have any siblings? I have a twin sister, and she is my only sibling. Next question. What is your favorite store? Ugh. Sephora. Probably. I prefer Sephora over Ulta, but we don't have a Sephora in my town, which really sucks. I did not put highlighter on. I want to wear Opal. Feeling very Becca Opal today. Oh no, I should wear a gold highlighter. Amrezy it is. Yeah, I prefer Sephora over Ulta, but we don't have a Sephora. We only have an Ulta. And it works. It gets the job done. And I am also very fond of Target. But I try not to go to Target for obvious reasons. Trying not to buy stuff. So I just avoid. Excuse me. We're almost done. Home stretch. I was just waiting for my mascara to dry. Favorite restaurant? Oh, I don't think I have one of those either. Not here, at least. In my hometown, there's a sushi spot called I Heart Sushi, and that's my favorite. In LA, there was another ramen, or there was a ramen spot called Kai Ramen. Loved that. I don't know. Honestly, we just don't go out a whole lot. We don't go out. We cook a lot of our own food. Especially here. There's just, we make better food than we can buy, and it's more cost effective. Do you like school? Yes, I like school. I'm a lifelong learner. So if I could go back to school, if I could get another master's, I absolutely would. But I cannot go to school just to go to school. I'm gonna try these Rare Beauty lashes that I got at DragCon for free. Yeah, I would go back to grad school and get another master's in what? I don't know, but I would if I could, because I love learning, and I do. Like, it would also have to be an in-person program, because I did my first master's, my only master's, as an online program, which was perfect. It suited my needs because I worked full-time still as a massage therapist, and I could not afford to go in person. I just needed the flexibility of what online learning offers. So, but because of that, I do feel like I missed out on, like, I don't know, building a community and making friends, and like, I don't know. I just feel like I only had half an experience because I went online. I liked the program that I was in, but yeah, I just wish I could do it again for something else. Should I just get a second master's? But it would be a master's. I have no intention, no desire for like a PhD or anything. Lifelong learner, but not actually that ambitious. Next question. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Great question. I already mentioned one. Grace. Grace Does Glitter is one of my favorite YouTubers. Simply Pretty with Emmy is one of my favorite YouTubers. Laura Clark Makeup is one of my favorite YouTubers. I like Allie Glines. I watch a lot of Taylor Wynn. Alana Davidson. All Beauty. I watch Maddie Morphosis. Watch their YouTube channel. And Deja Sky has a YouTube channel that I like. Trixie Mattel. Watch a lot of Bon Appetit. Food 52. Andre Mack from Bon Appetit. He's the wine, their sommelier. Love him. I know it's still basically Bon Appetit, but I like him specifically. Brad Leone has a new YouTube channel that I am enjoying. All things fermentation. What is your favorite movie? I have a lot. Just like I have a lot of favorite books and a lot of favorite movies. These are big. Oh yeah, lots of favorite movies, just like a lot of favorite books. My go-to like comfort movie is Pitch Perfect. I love that movie. I like rom-coms. Literally, I can only think of Pitch Perfect at the moment. Pineapple Express is one of my favorite movies. Easily one of my most quoted movies. Madagascar, Escape to Africa is a really good one. I quote that one a lot too. And it being quotable is not indicative of it being my favorite. I just feel like I do quote them a lot and I do love them. You know what's a really good movie? Skeleton Key. That's a great movie. And similar to why I like a lot of my favorite books is because every time I watch it, I kind of see something new. I see a different sign that points you, once you know what the twist is, once you know what the gist of it is, you can't unknow it. But I feel like you can get clued in a lot earlier when you know to be looking for things, right? I just did that with my left hand. Ambidextrous Queen. The Prestige is like that too, with what's his face, Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. That's a movie of once you know, you can't not know it, but you can look for it. Some of your favorite TV shows. I love New Girl. I love Grey's Anatomy. I'm really bad at this. Sometimes lashes are really easy and sometimes they're really hard. New Girl, Grey's Anatomy, The Good Place. These are tricky, man. I don't know why I'm struggling. I actually placed it too high, so it's actually like on my lid and not the lash line. But it's okay. That's okay. Grey's Anatomy, New Girl, The Good Place, one of my favorite. I really liked Succession, and I'm really sad it's over. Supernatural, I watch all the time. Those are some of my favorite. PC or Mac? Both. I have an Apple, I have a Mac that I use at home, and then at work I have a PC, so I don't actually have a preference. What phone do you have? iPhone 14. How tall are you? I am 5 foot tall. And I think people are sometimes very surprised by that. But I am only 5 feet. I am mucho small. Lacking in height. But I make up for it with my personality, I've been told. And I remember someone was like, on Instagram, still one of my favorite interactions that I had with a bunch of people, when I posted that I was I asked people, how tall do you think I am? People were just like 5'9", 5'8", you give off 6 feet energy. And when I told them I was only 5 feet, they were like, oh, what? I was like, yeah, I'm only 5 feet tall. They're like, you give off tall girl energy. I was like, I guess I do. I'm gonna smudge out the green a little bit more. Super basic look, nothing groundbreaking. But I do feel like I need to balance it out with these big fluffy lashes now. And I'm gonna take Emreese and put it in the inner corner. But, and the last question was, do you have any pets? I have 2 pets. They are no strangers to this page, to my YouTube. You've seen them, you know them, you love them. Penny and Pepper, Pepper and Penny. My little Cheweenies. They're both actually right over here. Lounging and snoozing like little snoozing puppies. They look very sweet. I love them so much, my babies. Okay, this is a very like simple look. Like there's nothing, again, groundbreaking about it. But I really like it. I think it looks really pretty. Oh, lipstick. That was all the questions. Hopefully you got to know me a little bit. Last year I did a very bright lip. And this year I think I'm gonna go in with Doozy, which is a blotted lip from ColourPop, which they don't make anymore, I don't think. I think that looks really nice. I like it. I hate my hair, and I hate that it's in this. So I think I might try to do like my waver and just do some quick little mermaid waves in it, because I hate that it's up and I don't want to take pictures in it like that. So that is going to be the end of this video. Thank you for joining. I hope you learned a little bit about me. Again, thank you, Paula Holmes, wherever you are, for creating this list of questions and making them available. I liked them. I found them to be helpful. And hopefully you got to learn more about me as a person. And I just appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Again, leave a comment. Give me a like, subscribe, all those fun things if you liked what you heard. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!